Hello, lore heads, and welcome to the League, exploring the League of Legends lore from A to Z. My name is Rebecca.
And I'm John.
My name is Mark.
Love laughing during the intro. Today we're talking about the Desert Rose Samira, who was released September 21st, 2020.
Yeah.
Recent, yeah.
Pretty recent.
Mm-hmm.
And she plays like a recent champion.
She bullshit. So you say. I would say she's one of our big no-nos in the bot lane. If we're against a Samira, we're both like, well, we fucking lost this. Like, I don't know what
next.
it is. There's certain champions that, like, there's certain champions you can't play against, and both of us can't play against Samira. I don't know what it is. And we can't play as Samira either. It's just she's just
no
not,
winning.
Not our
folks,
champion.
Log in, queue up as Samira when they're streaming. Stream snipe them. Get that ELO, that ARAM ELO.
That
ARAM ELO. Yeah. Yeah.
Can't do it.
It's bad. Sorry. Oh my gosh.
We just started. You can't already be too tired.
John, as I went into our room to fix myself up to get ready for the podcast, I turned the light on and you were in bed sleeping. So don't you fucking...
And now I'm fresh.
I didn't know he was in there. I literally heard him go because he hissed me when I did. And I look over and I just see this lump in the covers and his like scrunched up face peering over them as he went scared the shit out of me. I had no idea you were in there.
Fucking rat, man. You rat person.
Spilled on myself.
Yeah, I think I felt it splash on me. Yeah, you did. You splashed it all over my blankie.
My bad.
He's spitting
It's technically
venom.
our daughter's blankie, but
It's gonna be sticky.
great. Samira.
Yeah. Samira. Yeah.
She's got a bio and a short story.
She does. She just has a bio and a short story.
And technically,
Oh.
a comic. Though it was only released in China.
Oh.
Though there's a fan translation into English.
Interesting.
neat.
I didn't see that. Well, I'll be excited to explore that.
Not a
Wouldn't that
lot
be
to
funny
explore.
if that was linked on the universe page? That was the one comic they decided
Right?
to link.
It links to the Reddit post of the fan translation.
Oh my god. I'm sorry. Yeah, Samira. I'll do her bio. I also want to say Samira, God, Riot really outdid themselves. She is one of the hottest champions in the fucking... I am super into Samira. Anyway.
There could be a lot of
Yeah.
Disagreements?
Yeah.
No. How could you? Yeah. Samira was a normal girl and Amakra, maybe? Amakra.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I always ask, you guys know,
Right.
and neither of you are looking at the word right now. I don't know why. You clearly don't remember from the bio.
I remember nothing I read.
Yeah, right. I mean, why even do
That's why I
it?
always have 20 pages of notes. Samira and her parents were street performers, despite her parents wanting more for her. One day, Samira, when she was 14, Amakra was raided by strangers. A lot of people were injured and killed, though shockingly, not Samira's parents.
Right?
I thought for
Yeah.
sure we were going to
For
get
sure. I thought we were going to get the twofer.
Yeah.
a little Dick Grayson kind of setup, a little flying Graysons, yeah.
He's Robin.
Circus
Oh,
family that died.
sorry. I don't know his Christian name. I only know his street name. John, I'm glad you saw the question in my eyes. I didn't have to say it out loud. Anyway, Samira quietly hid and ended up feeling very angry at herself for being so afraid, which she'd never felt before, even when doing stunts for money. So she vowed to never be scared again.
I'm not
Samira and
afraid
her
anymore.
You hear me? I'm not afraid anymore. Oh, little Home Alone reference. That's great.
Samira McAllister.
So- just imagine you're now a little 14-year-old Samira home alone. The Raiders came in and she just
Set up traps all over her
traps
house.
all over the place. That'd be great. Anyway, Samira and her parents escaped to Belzun, which is under Noxian rule. Samira went back to performing on the streets alone because her parents are both injured now. They can't do it anymore. She did I wrote down that she was doing Project Badass stunts, I guess. So I always have to reference It's Always Sunny at least once. She's like Evil Knievel now. She's like, whatever you want, give me money, I'll fucking do it. That's what it kind of sounds like. The bio is really vague on what she's doing. They're just like, she's dangerous, she's flipping everywhere.
She's right.
It's
Cartwheeling
really
left and
funny
right.
to me. Anyway, Noxus really appealed to Samira, though, so she ended up joining a Noxian war band, mostly to make more money for her family. No one could really control her, though, except for a woman named Captain Indari, who ran a specialized unit for the most risky of missions. Lots of cartwheels involved. So many
cartwheels. Don't even apply if
Tumble
you
here
can't
or
do
there.
10 consecutive cartwheels.
If you weren't captain of your cheer squad. Top of the pyramid. Anyway, Samira and Andari ended up injured on a mission on the Rokrund Plains. Samira lost an eye, but Andari ended up paralyzed. Not many people survived. They're like really small kind of group, so they ended up disbanding. Samira still wanted to work with her, though, so Andari uses her connections to find Samira dangerous mercenary work. She's pretty well known now in Runeterra, and even some of like the higher ups in Noxus knows that she's the one to hire if they need some risky shit done. And if you're a pale lady, mysteriously with no name, you take great interest in Samira. I liked the explanation of her losing her eye. I feel like this happens a lot in the bio where they designed her and they're like, it would be fucking cool, an eye patch.
Right.
And then the lore team's like, well, how did she lose her eye? Hang on, now we have to explain this.
Oh man.
Well, at least Kazakhs didn't pluck her eye out and then eat it in front of her.
See, that felt like it was part of the lore. Here it was like, and she lost an eye. I don't know.
I don't know why they even do that.
Something happened.
Like,
a
right, we
building
can-
exploded.
You told us she was doing Evil Knievel shit. It's like, I'm amazed she has all
Yeah.
her fingers, right? Like,
Right?
I don't know.
I just assume at some point something went wrong.
Yeah, I mean, they mentioned that she was injured in like when she was 14 and like the original invasion. So like, I mean, I probably would have, if they never explained her losing an eye, I would have assumed that she lost the eye then.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, whatever.
Well, that
Which is always very funny.
Well, it is funny because it's like the references, and they do it a lot now that you mention it. The references some battle at some place that is never ever gonna come up again. It's just like, who gives a shit, right? Fuck it,
World Dog.
Yeah.
It's going to come up in the MMO.
right? Sure.
We're going to find her eye.
Ew,
we're-
ew.
You get 10 of them.
It's right. It's going to be some loot we
It's
get.
used for a potion or something. But first, you must get this mysterious eye
If you want to brew the Daredevil potion.
Ooh, what if
to
you
get through this pass.
what if you have to go around and collect all the different missing eyes? Like Rango's eye is out there. Who else is missing some?
That'd be a real short list of collectibles. All the 2 eyes
Lots-
that were.
You know,
They're
I
missing.
bet there's more.
There's gotta be a third person
There's gotta
missing.
be
There's
something,
gotta be an
right?
eye patch.
I like it.
No one in Bilgewater has an eye patch. Come on.
That's, you know
We
what?
don't care about those eyes, though.
You're onto something there. That's weird.
They're shitty pirates.
There's too many eyes between them. I don't trust you.
Aye. Cat. No.
Oh, goodness.
What do we think of Samira's bio?
I think it really highlights why Noxus has such an easy time recruiting people. Like, so much shit's going on in the world. Like, everyone in Shurima, like, everyone's village just gets destroyed whenever fucking Azir or Nasus or Pantheon come rolling through. Like, all they just want is somewhere where they can just fucking live their life and not have a demigod just destroy their town for no reason. And there's a lot of shit going on in Noxus, but you know what there's not a lot of in Noxus? Demigods destroying your village.
Yeah.
I can see why they recruit people. And you know what? You know what I can't see? How they haven't conquered Demacia yet. They probably get so many fucking recruits. Their doors are open everywhere. Demacia's got their doors closed to fucking everyone.
Demacia is probably fine with... well, that's a good question. I don't know. I kind of assumed that what I was going to say is I think Demacia would probably see a lot of people coming to them for the same reason, right? It's some place of stability in the world of bullshit. And as long as you don't do magic, you're probably... Seems like maybe they got a place for you. I don't know.
Yeah. Demacia is very large, is kind of the impression that I got. But yeah, I would say Noxus has so many more, like, what do you call them? I even just use the words. Like
provinces or like outposts.
Yeah, I think they have a lot more. But I don't know, yeah. I like Samira. I felt like her bio was fine. It didn't really, like, super connect or click with me. It's just not, like, my kind of story, I guess. I did like the twist of her parents just being alive. I like that.
The big twist.
Honestly,
her parents aren't dead.
I do like when you don't fall into that trap. I like that she's now driven by her own cowardness. But it wasn't that she didn't save her parents. It was that she watched other people die. And it still affected her, as it would any human being. You know, you don't have to see your loved ones die to be changed forever. But I also like that she's very driven by money. I would say Samira's character, she wants to make money, but she wants to make money for her, like, disabled parents, which is also, like, a nice kind of twist on this type of trope, I guess.
Then she should stop giving away her money every time she taunts people.
That was bread for a week, Samira.
Parents are over there like,
okay, so hungry.
Call us a loser, Samira.
Yeah,
I do like they have a list at the end of the bio of, like, daredevil-y stuff she's done.
They do?
And that was the least daredevil-y stuff, I think, ever. They're like, now she does all the most daring stuff, from beating a Chem Baron in hand-to-hand combat, which, like, we've seen Arcane, we've seen the Chem Barons. Beating one of them in hand-to-hand... Like, have you fucking seen Samira? Of course she's gonna beat them in hand-to-hand combat. It didn't say she beat a Chem Thug. Like, a Chem Baron? Like, okay. And then it's like, to being the lone survivor of a Bilgewater raid. It's like, you literally just said that you go on missions by yourself. Of course you're the lone survivor. You're the lone survivor, or there's no survivor.
I guess that's a fair point.
I just thought it was a funny list to include at the end. Like, the whole story was very impressive. Like, oh, that's some cool shit she did. And then, like, and she even did these things. I was like, all right, well, I don't give a shit about those things.
So did every other champion.
I'm trying to think, like, the most mundane
I did that
shit.
when she was like 12. Are you kidding me?
She grabbed the plate out of the microwave without even checking if it was still super fucking hot.
Wow. Now,
she brushed her teeth and drank orange juice.
Oh, no. Samira. Disgusting.
Nasty girl. Like that. But yeah, I like a lot of what you're saying, Rebecca. You know, I think a lot of her motivations feel they're small scale and they make a lot of sense character wise. Yeah. You know, makes a lot of sense what she's doing. I like the bio, and I like Samira as a character overall. I like the Devil May Cry, you know, kind of big, super crazy, you know, personality stuff. I just kind of wish that we had a story that really sold that to me, because I thought the short story was kind of like, didn't really hit that hype.
Yeah.
But the bio I like.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting that her title is the Desert Rose, because this story, the amount of times that they said, she's a daredevil, she's not afraid of anything, she's courageous, she is brave in the face.
Yeah.
I really would have thought it'd be like the Desert Daredevil, or like the Dare Desert, or like some shit like that.
The Dare Desert. That one's not a winner, John. You've done better.
Take that to the bank.
How do you get
it
across that?
It reminded me so much.
You have to do whatever the desert dares you. It'll make you kiss your best friend. Like this bug. Fucking dare. I love it.
It reminded me of, like, I don't know, that fucking Tumblr post where, like, someone was like, if you told me that there were two superheroes and one of them was blind and used echolocation to fight, and the other one loved jumping off buildings and fighting people with high-tech gadgets for the thrill of it, and one of them was called Daredevil and one of them was called Batman, I would punch you in the face when I found out which one was which. This is what it reminds me, because she lives in the same fucking region as Zyra. If you told me there was a Desert Rose and Daredevil champion.
That's a really good point. I forgot about Zyra.
I don't know what Zyra's title is.
The
Thorn.
Queen of Thorns.
The Queen of Thorn. Like, we're gonna guess it. I love this. The Dark Thorn.
I'm gonna guess like the something bloom.
Ooh, Bloom.
Like a
is
Deadly
good,
Bloom or something
John.
like that.
The Deadly Bloom or something.
I hope it's none of these. Rise of the Thorns.
That's her title.
That's
her
Rise of the
title.
Thorns.
That's
That's
sounds
not
like
that's dope though.
That sounds like the next event
damn.
that they're gonna disappoint us with.
Yeah,
I like that. I wish they all
that
had
was
more.
cool as hell though.
Yeah, I wish they all had naming schemes like that. It was a little more like emotive, like something. I like that.
They put all of their creative energy, unfortunately, into her title. I think because I'm pretty sure her lore is not existed.
It's like, I was just looking
But
at the
damn,
universe
great
page.
title.
There's no bio. There's nothing. It's just a 404.
Zero Heimerdingers.
Just a big middle finger.
Rise
Just
of the 404.
Pedal boobies.
Yeah. What were we talking about? Oh, the Desert Rose thing.
Samira.
Yeah.
the
Short
desert.
story time.
Oh yeah, I agree though. Her title does not make sense at all. I don't understand it.
It makes me wonder if they
Now
had
I will
She's hot
say,
in the desert, but
in the Chinese comic, there's one line in there that ties into her name, which I feel like we're really missing in
interesting.
in all the North American stories.
Okay, I'm curious. I'll hold
Does she
any
leave?
judgment.
Does she leave a rose upon the corpses of her victims?
She does not. I'm sorry. It's not that. It's not that on the nose.
Oh,
Does she trick?
Okay.
Does she trick a veteran returning from Iraq dressed as a rose playing?
God!
Man, we're just all about
these
Always Sunny today. Well, you're never gonna believe the name of her short story. It's the Daredevil impulse.
Oh yeah, fuck! I forgot. I didn't even write it down. Fuck! I forgot about it.
It's not the desert rose. The rosy impulses.
Rosy impulses. She gives me some rosy
That's
impulses.
her erotica. Yeah.
Shit.
By Michael Luo. So Samira she's coming into a gun shop to get some cool ass guns, and I guess the people that work there also double as tattoo artists, so that's got her attention. And she goes there to drop fat stacks on new guns, and Indari is coming along with her and kind of chiding her the whole time. Samira is doing some job. She's coming to get some weapon back and leave no survivors. She kind of goes out into the jungles in Shurima, so I guess maybe almost into Ishtal, I don't know. And comes upon the kind of...
I was thinking that, like...
Yeah. Comes up on the aftermath of it all. Looks like something crazy has already gone down. There's chunks of twisted metal everywhere. And there are some Noxian kind of leftovers that she just kills. Because I get no survivors, right? And I guess that means no survivor, no matter what. She kills them all, and she's kind of waiting. They mention Rel. I think we kind of went over this in Rel's backstory. They mentioned Rel.
Bit.
She was there for some null child that I guess Rel has already kind of taken back. And 1 second.
Yeah, I can hear that.
It's not showing up on Audacity.
It's okay.
Okay, I think Sarah's hopping on it. Okay, hold on. I just completely lost my place too. Sorry. Okay, so she gets back. She didn't find the weapon, but she has got her new guns, and she's going to go off and go do more Samira things. And then at the end, Samira has been getting her tattoos, kind of freshened up. And as she leaves, Indari is there. The tattoo artist turns into a pale woman, and the pale woman talks about how, make sure Samira gets whatever she needs, because the Empire needs her for some reason.
Yeah, for reasons.
For reasons
TM.
that we couldn't determine. Do you think that the tattoo artist was tattooing someone the whole time, but it was like LeBlanc who didn't know what the fuck she was doing, and she turns into into LeBlanc, and the dude's like, "What the fuck?" And then he looks down, he's got no regards on his
a big smiley face.
I think it would be like a really bad doodle of Mordekaiser, like the Jace post, like the Jace picture in Arcane, but it's Mord.
Yeah, I like that because I think Samira was the one getting the tattooing done, and I do like the idea that she's like, "Oh, I don't want any big pieces. Not, I'm just getting it kind of freshened up." And LeBlanc's just sweating bullets the whole time. Like,
oh fuck! I don't know what I'm doing.
I need Bowser on a surfboard with a double neck. Weekend.
Okay, well that was a Whitest Kid You Know reference, I'm pretty sure. Great sketch.
But yeah, this one's okay. It didn't like, Samira's got like a big personality. It makes me think a bit of like Braum, where I like everything about Braum, like in game and the lore setup, and then the short stories didn't like really punch for me.
Yeah.
There is a moment I like where she's fighting these guards, and at some point they kind of come up on basilisks, and she's gonna do some cool flip maneuver or whatever on the basilisk, and she waits a moment to make sure it's like, this is when it's gonna be the most thrilling, is when I do it right here at the very last moment, which I like that little moment, you know.
Yeah, she's funny. She's very intentionally showy. Like, like the way that kind of thinking about like Marvel movies, the way people land and stuff, it just seems like, oh, that's just what they do. But Samira would be like all intentional.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh, I'm gonna land exactly like this because I'm gonna look cool as hell.
Yeah, she's got that internal monologue. I think there's like one little paragraph section where she like has 4 or 5 like little lines to herself of, like, oh, this now's gonna get fun. Like, blah, blah, blah. It's kind of funny. That little running internal.
It's like exactly the type of dialogue that you would get when playing like, like a Devil May Cry type game when their style meter's going up.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what made me think of.
I never played one of these.
Yeah. So I have a quote from that section in particular. It said, she reared back her arms and chucked her guns at the basilisk's eyes, dazing the beast for a moment. Turning her back, she leapt into the air, flipping her body in a perfect backward circle before landing on the creature's saddle. Pulling the reins taut, she jerked her mount to face the remaining soldier. And then, they kind of had a back and forth, and then the soldier said, enraged, the soldier forced his mount forward. But, like, my dude, why did you not just see all that shit she just did? Like,
Noxus, man, they're
cut
stubborn.
your losses, my dude. Like,
they don't wear armor on their backs because they don't retreat. Okay.
Oh my god.
So that is a cool moment in this one when that guy charges her, and she hits him with her sword, and it kind of catches in his armor, and then she kind of has like a gunblade situation going on, but it just kicks the sword forward and pushes through the armor. That's pretty cool. I like that.
Pretty fucking neat.
I like the implication that she only uses guns once when she buys them, because after she's done with this fight, she's like, I think I'm gonna keep them for a while, and Andari's like, oh, you're actually gonna use guns more than once. I'm curious about them too, because they very specifically mention that they're from Zon and that the technology is not like super known. They're just like being sold. So I'm wondering if that is anything, or if it's just like a little tidbit.
I don't know.
Like, oh, we'll put some backstory on this, or
maybe it helps
if it actually means anything.
Because I remember back when we did Realm, we were like, oh, Samira, like, it seems like she fights with a lot of iron and metal and shit. Maybe that's kind of like trying to let the set the groundwork for getting around that.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a weapon that was built by Renata, and it's got that kill switch installed where she flips the switch and all of a sudden the people attack each other, and LeBlanc knows it and knows that if she's near Mordekaiser and then that flips, then Mordekaiser just, I don't know, who knows?
Shot
I like
or
it, John.
something,
I lost the thread.
Started off strong though.
LeBlanc is Renata. Hang on.
So we find Indari's here, and it says that she's adjusting the hand rims of her wooden wheelchair. Like, it was pretty explicitly said that, like, she was the leader of a war band, like a pretty renowned war band, and Noxus was like a war hero. And, like, Noxus can't spring for a fucking metal wheelchair for her? Like, what the fuck?
Well, I mean, that's a good question about Noxus, is like, what's the healthcare situation like? What's the veteran care situation like? I don't know, man.
Swanacare? Swanacare is what I meant. Not a swan.
Oh, that's for all the swans who get injured in Noxus. They're constantly getting stepped on. Just. So I don't know. It's a good.
Also, she calls Samira Sam, which seems like such a normie nickname
Sammy.
for something as cool as Samira.
Sam.
Sammy. We have no personalities
I
of our
know.
own. We just reference things that we like.
Well, we are millennials.
Yeah.
You know what? Samira is so strongly like in reference to like Devil May
That's
Cry and
true.
stuff like that. But I think it's appropriate for this one.
Yeah.
She's very
Yeah, this is thematic.
yes. That's
To
why.
reference
This is all
Supernatural,
intentional.
and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
That's why we don't make any references in any other episode because otherwise
Exactly.
it would just
It's
show
just
us
this one.
as being hollow shells of people.
And old as shit.
Also, she had a line for the record when she did that whole like stabbing and then shooting thing, because she stabbed the armor and the soldier was like, "That won't work on this armor,"
Yeah.
and then she said, "Darling, I don't work, I slay."
That one was a little much for
It
me.
was a little much.
Yeah.
I can't decide if it's enough. If it's enough much for me, you know what I mean?
Enough much?
Like it's a little much, but maybe that kind of works for. I don't know.
I think if darling was something she said more, it would. I think maybe it wouldn't feel as out of place.
That's
but
fair.
like I didn't see darling in any of her quotes.
Slay also just feels like such a slang term right now.
It really, yeah.
Like a modern one. I know
Right.
that it has a real definition. I understand
that's not-
that.
yeah.
But that's not what we're using it as.
Yeah, okay, I think you're right. It's kind of like Beck saying normies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh well.
Well, now let's get to this comic, John.
Yeah,
Tell us
yeah.
about
I'm
Okay,
curious.
now basically the comic was just an illustration of her bio.
Oh.
Like
okay.
it goes kind of beat for beat. But one thing that it said, one of the last panels was, "A thorned rose does not fear danger, for she is the danger herself."
All right, this is like a bit of a stretch. Thorned roses are not that dangerous. I picked them up before.
But
It
you
hurts-
see there-
it's like a little
You fucking
minor
daredevil.
prick.
But they give you an ouchie.
They do give you an ouchie. I did my boo boo. Which I guess in Runeterra, that might just cause you to die. I don't know.
Yeah, apparently,
They don't
because the
have-
healthcare
I was gonna
sucks
say no
in
when you're on
Noxus.
Swainacare.
Yeah,
Or maybe when you are on Swainacare. I don't know.
That Neosporin is really expensive on Oswainacare.
You have to kick some guy's ass. Fucking Benadryl.
You gotta fight Darius in order to get your medicine.
Want this Tylenol, son? Oh my god.
Shit.
Harmacy. That's what we're looking for, by the way.
a
Interesting. How do you? Can I ask about the comic? Is it like worth looking at? Is the art good? What do you think of it? Even like,
It's kind of like I think it's like 8 to 10 panels. It's
that's
pretty
pretty
cool.
short.
Like I liked it. Yeah, it kind of reminded me of, like, you know how sometimes you'll see a short story that has random pictures kind of interspersed throughout it on Universe. It kind of reminded me of that.
that's solid. Can I ask real quick too? So in the bio, I think it's specifically Zareth or Zareth's followers who attacked, right? Not just some randos, right?
Oh, I didn't
Yes.
see in the bio if they had specified.
They
but
say-
They
I
said
would
like
pay
a
attention.
powerful magus.
Magus.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm an idiot. Whenever they try to, like, unless they say something like, "Oh, the pale woman," I know who that is. But otherwise, I get a little lost when they're trying to be subtle. Just say it was Zareth. I don't need. Just we know his
Now-
name. I don't understand.
To be fair, in the Chinese comic, there is a bit of a discrepancy there because,
Ooh.
and not sure if this is a translation thing or not, but in the comic it said it was cultists of the Void Prophet, not a magus.
Oh,
Interesting. Maybe
one's purple and one's blue.
Right,
So what color were the lightning bolts as they came down?
I was curious.
I'd like to see that police composite sketch.
Yeah.
Having a slap fight with Cassidon out in the alleyway.
It was both of them.
Man. Yeah, maybe Magus just has no good translation, and that's why. I don't know.
Right? Oh, God.
Careful.
My bad. So she's also in a cinematic.
Yeah, she is.
The Ruination.
You know, when we thought the Ruination was going to be good.
Yeah,
This good cinematic, the one good thing in the Ruination.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this was the whole where, you know, she's in Noxus when Viego's mist shit goes everywhere using some weird magic that's never seen again during the whole Ruination event, for the record. She's going to be misted, but Darius knocks her out of the way, and he gets ruined instead. So then she and Darius fight, but in the end, they're both fine. And this was truly the highlight of the Sentinels of Light.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was neat getting to see her fight. That was fun.
Yeah, she's
Did her little bendy moves and flippy bits.
She did her flippy bits.
did her cartwheels.
Sure.
So they kind of half-assed kid cartwheel where like the legs don't go up, they kind of go out. Like you just kind of like, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Any cartwheel I've ever done in my life.
No,
Yeah.
the cartwheel.
Forget the name of it.
Oh, there's a name for
Butterfly
it.
or some shit like
Oh,
that. There is a name for it.
thought it was
The
a
one that
bad
Darth
term.
Maul does.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Darth Maul does a
He does it a lot
cartwheel.
cooler. He does it without putting his hands on the ground,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
which is a little more
well,
impressive.
that's not really.
That's Samira shit
Yeah.
right there. Yeah, it's a real kind of wasted. It's a shame, right? Everything, as always, with Rise of the Sentinels is a real shame because she probably would have been real cool. I think she would be kind of fun to put her in the same space as Draven because I think those two personalities kind of have some similarities and some differences.
Yeah.
So her and Ruined,
really big personalities. Though.
yeah, exactly.
She doesn't like Draven that much.
Makes sense.
I feel like she wouldn't.
Yeah,
But that would be fun.
Clashing personalities.
Yeah.
yeah. Maybe in whatever.
It's not room for two daredevils.
But don't worry because
Now
she's
I'm
a
kind of
desert
shipping them.
rose.
What is this?
The hate to love.
It's not normally my thing, but I feel like it would be more fun in this.
Draven's got another one of those, right? That War Mason from way
He
back
does.
when. He's
I
built
did like
for
her.
it.
Yeah.
Ooh, triangle?
Yeah.
Will they
Oh.
want for? I'm liking it.
And they just all fall in love with each other.
There we go.
And that's probably how it would end up. Is that those two, the War Mason and Samira, would end up together, and Draven would be fine because he
And
doesn't
Draven's
need
just alone.
anybody. He just needs himself.
Right, he's got a little pocket mirror. It's like, yeah.
He thinks that. He would be sad.
I like this. Like,
His fan fiction writes itself.
Oh man.
Well, I think that's canon Samira. Oh, you have some quotes here.
I got some quotes. So she has a quote, oh, did I step on your moment? Which refers to a line said by Black Widow in Captain America the Winter Soldier.
Oh.
Quite literally, I'm sorry, did I step on your moment?
Huh.
That's very specific.
Your dead weight is probably a Devil May Cry 5 reference. Nero, go. You're just dead weight.
Okay, I'll accept it.
And then jackpot, also Devil May Cry reference, term used for the various times by the protagonist of the Devil May Cry series. He says it a lot, Dante.
Yeah.
It's also present in the stylish rank in some games of the series. It's one of the ranks you can hit.
Good shit.
Yeah.
Neat.
One of many Devil May Cry references, and we're going to do even more with the fun facts. I sounded much cooler
I'm
than
gonna say,
that.
don't tell
You
her the fun
never
facts
do,
now.
hon.
Make her leave the room. Only you and I will know the fun facts. I respect
Yeah,
them.
there are fun
They're
facts.
fun and they're facts. Okay.
Well, I got some AUs for you
I
first.
haven't really looked at them much.
First up, we got PSYOPs. A psychic paramilitary unit of fearsome power, the Black Rose Group hopes to create a new global order with their ferocious human bioweapons. This one is PSYOPs Samira, and they're kind of like an offshoot of the larger PSYOPs group. There's like the good PSYOPs group, and then the Black Rose Group is kind of the counter-ops.
Okay.
This is PSYOPs Samira. Fearless and deadly, Samira was once a renowned soldier of fortune. A born thrill-seeker, she fights not for fame or wealth, but to push the limits of her skill. Through intense training, her innate psychic powers have been fully unleashed, allowing her to turn every mission and every kill into a thrilling display of stylish flair. And this one has a cinematic called Operation Songbird. This is that one where the PSYOPs units kind of rescue Sona, And while Samira herself isn't in it, her title is at the end scene where the group where they rescued Sona from is kind of calling in the Black Rose group to deal with it. And you can see the Desert Rose and the Ripper and the two other people, I forget.
Some other
asshole.
I forgot about the Black Rose. Maybe this is why she's the Desert Rose. Maybe she's in the organization. She doesn't even know
She
it.
just doesn't know it.
She has no idea.
Yeah.
Most people who think they're in it aren't actually in it, and she's actually in it and doesn't know it.
I mean, maybe Andari is, and that's...
I mean, it's like you got to be. It's like being cool, right? You can't want it too much. If you want to be cool, you're not going to be. She doesn't.
That's true. What do you think Cassiopeia thinks about this? She's actually in the Black Rose and also in the desert. It's
I don't think
that
she does.
son of a
This is
bitch.
some bullshit. It's like, well, you're a snake. I'm sorry, but you could be the desert snake.
I'm more
It's
than
not
just
good.
a snake.
I don't like it. No. Oh man.
Next up, we got Space Groove. In a groovy galaxy a million disco infernos away, a mysterious energy known only as the Groove brings music and prosperity to trillions of galactic citizens. But when the alien overlord Lysandra and her army of harsh vibes begin to enslave planets and suppress disco music, a new age of heroes arises to stop her and keep the party groovin'. This one's Space Groove Samira. A groovy, thrill-seeking bodyguard, an elite warrior from the Hot Tub Nebula, Samira took a job directly from the three party goddesses to save Lux from an impending invasion of the normal world. Now, as the pair liberate planets across the galaxy, Samira must do everything in her power to keep Lux safe, both from Lysandra, and from Lux's own lack of self-preservation instincts.
Lysandra.
So hold on. I don't remember. Did Lux? I don't remember this from Lux. This pairing of her and Samira from back on the Lux episode.
Me neither.
Is this new?
Oh, we didn't have Space Groove Lux out when I think we did the Lux
Yeah, I
episode.
bet you're right. Yeah. Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Damn. I like that though. I like that kind of setup though.
Yeah. And she's in the cinematic too. That dancing cinematic.
Oh, is she really?
I know it can kind of be hard to determine who people are in that cinematic because it's very stylized. She's the one with the eye patch.
Oh, that does help. Yeah. I forgot.
Thanks, son.
You're welcome.
But yeah, I'm liking all that three-party
also,
goddesses.
fun fact. Oh yeah, the three-party goddesses and the norms.
Yeah. Dope. Fun fact.
Fun fact about this one, Samira's boogies, because everyone in this universe has like little creatures that go around them called boogies. Her boogies are named Frank and Twofers.
It's adorable.
Frank and Twofers. Okay.
Frank and Twofers.
Frank and Twofers. I'm sure that's got to be like something, an inside joke with them.
Right?
Yeah, someone...
Those are their cat names or something.
It's probably because I feel like her actual, well, I guess we'll get into it in the fun facts. I don't want to ruin it.
Talk
No,
about-
don't ruin. I might have to leave the room for those.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then finally, we got High Noon Gothic.
Yeah, we do.
Gunslingers and lawmen ride beneath the merciless sun of the high frontier, chasing survival and salvation in equal measure. Heaven is rubble, hell is empty, and all the devils are here.
Shit, okay. Calm down.
This one's High Noon Samira. The poster was straightforward enough. Wanted, Tom Kench, devil, dead or alive, followed by a generous sum. Only the mechanical devils got that kind of cash to pay. Samira ain't sure why the other bounty hunters seem so spooked by a little old devil hunt. Well, let 'em shy away. This gunpowder witch don't scare easy.
God,
Because she has thorns.
High Noon is so
Like a rose.
fucking cool. God.
Mine
right.
is so cool.
Gunpowder
witch?
God, that is so damn, I fucking love High Noon, man. I want this fucking anime.
Season 3 of Arcane,
I know,
come on.
High Noon. It's not
God
gonna happen. It's
damn.
never gonna happen.
Alright. fun fact time,
Okay,
baby. I got
bye.
16 of them.
Holy shit.
Samira is voiced by Emily O'Brien, who also voices Camille.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Samira's gameplay hook was to create a marksman that goes in and out of melee range, which they did. They done did it.
Yeah, they fucking did.
And we reference this, but unlike conventional emotes, Samira's taunt has mechanical functions. It creates a coin skill shot that, if Samira has 1 gold to spare, it deals 1 damage and gives 1 gold to an enemy champion. And it also automatically aims towards dead enemy champions in range.
I didn't know about any of that interaction. I knew she flipped the coin, but I didn't realize. No.
Yeah.
I haven't played her much.
Yeah.
I remember there was a video of someone on YouTube desperately trying to get a kill
Yeah.
with the 1
the
damage.
coin.
I don't know if they ever did.
I think they did, but they really needed the enemy team to give it to them. They were trying to do everything they could to make the 1 coin do extra damage through runes and items. And Samira's taunt dealing damage was inspired by one of Luigi's taunts in Super Smash Brothers.
Oh, interesting.
Man.
He's got the one taunt where he nervously shuffles and stamps his foot, and it deals 1 damage. But if you're hanging onto the ledge, it's also one of the strongest spikes in the game. It just stomps on those fingy tips and rockets you down.
Dope.
So this is the one I was alluding to. Samira's gunsmiths, Lonnie and Miel, were inspired by Samira's narrative editor and writer, Ellen Kolani Stemel and Michael Skiptami Luo.
Well, I think they're Runeterra cards now, so I wonder how they feel about that.
They hate
I
it.
hate it. Fucking hate it. Remove them from the game.
I only wanted to be in this one short story.
They can't handle the fame because of being a Runeterra card.
We're flying too close to the sun.
I can't even go out in public anymore. No one recognizes me.
You that tattoo smith? Who's also LeBlanc?
The pale woman, John.
Sorry.
Say your name.
Sorry. Now, I don't normally have working titles here, because normally the working title of a champion is something dumb like, Lucian would be like Double Gun Boy or something like
Yeah.
that. But Samira's codename in development was Queen.
They knew the vibe. They wanted it right away.
The narrative goal for Samira was to tell an immigrant story in Runeterra through the eyes of someone who adopted the nation as their own. And a few iterations of Samira's kit. So one included various ways to, your style meter would go up when you did various stylish things. So not just by casting abilities, but by doing things like dodging skill shots or perfectly timing your spells and things like that.
That seems like it'd get complicated real quick.
Yeah, probably. One scrap spell during development was a cash out ability that did 10% maximum health as true damage for each style grade she had, up to 70% maximum health, because it also used to have 7 tiers instead of 6.
What?
I think someone got out and went a little nuts in the design room, locked themselves in. They'd be forcibly restrained.
It's a great idea, everybody.
Put him back
She's
in the
my
pit.
queen. So Daredevil Impulse's combo system style and its design, we mentioned, resemble Devil May Cry's stylish rank. The names of her guns, Blaze and Blaze and Thorn, are likely a reference to Dante's Ebony and Ivory, and her ultimate, Inferno Trigger, is named as a reference to the Devil Trigger transformation from Devil May Cry. So
Damn.
Yeah, pretty clear stuff. But I like that idea a lot. It's a really inspired notion.
yeah, it's very unique in the world of League of Legends champions for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. Excuse me.
Samira's 32 years old as of 996 AN. I don't know what AN stands for.
After
Noxus.
Necrit.
After Nosh Rameh.
Afternoon.
Oh, adorable.
And her favorite fruit is pomegranate.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, mixing things up here.
It's the sexiest fruit.
Is
Makes
it?
sense. I don't know.
Doesn't it have like weird seeds?
Durian is the
there's
sexiest
pomegranate.
fruit.
Sexy. I just know in Stardew Valley, I romance Elliot, who loves pomegranates. Well, I romance Elliot.
He
Wanna play
would. This is an interesting thing I didn't know. The blocking animation of Blade Whirl has Samira explicitly shoot every single incoming projectile that it blocks.
That's pretty cool. I'll have to
Right?
look for that next time.
I know. I want to look for it.
I think the thing is,
I don't want to play
wild.
against her, but
No.
every time I've played her, I've never stopped the projectile with it, so I've never seen it, actually.
next time I play Lucian into Samira, I'm going to ult the Samira just to see her do that, just to see her fucking shoot everything.
Oh, that's
It's gonna
fun.
That would be pretty cool.
awesome.
I like that.
Samira was teased in-game with the Style Rank S loot item, which was
I remember
earnable
that.
in one patch, and it was awarded by scoring a takedown after fighting in a manner similar to Daredevil Impulse.
I remember we were playing a lot of League at the time because it was at the beginning of quarantine, and I was so confused
Right?
by that S. It's like, what the fuck is it? Why is this S everywhere?
Huh. Weird.
It's not as scary as the Volibear teaser in
Holy
ARAM, though.
shit,
I don't know
that
if
was
anyone
the
played ARAM.
scariest thing.
That scared the shit out of me. I
didn't
thought
know
my
it was
game got
happening.
haunted. Like it was
You're in a
wild.
creepypasta.
I know. Exactly.
Honestly, Mark, it felt like
It
for
was
a
like
brief second.
midnight. We were playing
Yeah.
League, and like everything darkened in the screen. Like, what the fuck is going on here? And then everyone in the entire stage gets knocked up in the air, including the minions. We're like, "Are you fucking? What is that?"
It's wild.
It was the coolest
It was
champion
cool as
reveal
hell.
they've ever
Yeah.
done.
Yeah, I wish they would do more crazy shit like that, to be honest with you.
Me too. It's been in ARAM. Like we play a lot of ARAMs. They're just for fun. Like throw some shit like that in there.
Yeah.
Occasionally. It's fun as hell. Yeah.
And then finally, if players look at the Daredevil Impulse stacks in the slot,
They die.
it'll. I mean, they do kind of. They're not paying attention to what's going on. But the tooltip just says, "Why are you looking? Go style on your enemies."
Interesting.
Fun.
Another helpful tooltip.
Yeah. Right.
Thanks, Riot.
Thanks, yeah.
Tell me how to play the game. I suck.
Go style. Easy
If you
peasy.
just turn all chat back on, everyone will
No.
be happy to.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Never. Sometimes I do wonder, like,
What are they saying over
is
there?
anybody saying anything nice? They're not.
No. Fuck no.
No, they're not being nice.
No.
They might be. We've had nice interactions before.
Yeah, back in the day, we were so young.
Once or twice, I've had a nice interaction with someone in all chat. Well, that's Samira. Yeah.
Yeah. She's a-
I'd read another story about Samira. I feel
Yeah.
like she lends herself to some cool action pieces. And I mean, yeah, I like her personality. It's fun. I just, let's get some more.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, everything is so open-ended. That's kind of what I liked about her bio way back to it, is that it is pretty open-ended. She's got a really clear, you can kind of get an idea of what the character is interested in doing. So even though she doesn't have a plot at the moment, it seems really easy to develop one for her, really. I guess she's kind of going to find Rel, but even that's kind of flimsy. I don't know. Thin.
Yeah.
So.
And even if you want to ignore that entirely, she could have a very similar thing to kind of like the Poppy Monster of the Week style format, where she's just getting sent out on these crazy missions. I'd read those; they're fun.
Yeah, with her handler and Dari. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I like that. Well, yeah. That's Samira. Thank you so much for listening. We have a Twitter. It's at Loreheads. We also have a Twitch, twitch.tv/Loreheads. John streams on Saturday. He starts with TFT, and then we usually jump into ARAMs if you ever want to join us.
And if you're listening to this on release,
Monday.
then you are very close to the Mage Seeker being released, and I will be streaming that
that's
on
right.
release.
John's
very
going to be
nice.
streaming Mage Seeker.
Nice.
He's on vacation that week, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And I think we're quarantining that week. So we're going to be inside a lot. So John's probably going to be streaming that randomly.
That's super
I
exciting.
had thought about it too, but I don't know. I don't think I'm going to. Anyway, what else we have? We have a YouTube. We post videos there and clips and whatnot, and John will post random TFT games and stuff. He's been uploading those. We have a Discord if you want to jump into some lore conversations or other random things. The link is in the description of this episode. And we have a Patreon. Thank you so much to all of our patrons.
But a very special thank you to our Medarda tier patrons. Big Man Gnomes, Chloe Things, I Love Mark, King of Hearts, Shupa Moustache, and Techno Robert. If you were all being hunted by a Samira, I also wouldn't give up if I saw my one partner get murdered mercilessly in a blink of an eye in front of me.
That's you,
I'd
Rebecca.
fight to the very end for you.
Yeah, that was me. Jesus. Okay. Thanks. Join us next week, I guess.
It's hypothetical.
We were in the desert. Now we're going to the Freljord, baby. For a lot more lore, as we're going to talk about the Winter's Wrath, Sejuani.